Your tyranny ends now, king. My axe thirsts for your blood. Come then, Parashuram. Let your blood paint this earth instead.
In Hinduism, the god Vishnu preserves the universe, maintaining a delicate cosmic balance. Yet, his sixth incarnation arrived holding a weapon designed for absolute slaughter. The world he entered was buckling under its own protectors. The Kshatriyas, the ruling warrior caste, had grown drunk on military power. They abused their subjects, seized property by force, and terrorized the people they were meant to serve. The breaking point came when a wicked king named Sahastrabahu targeted a peaceful forest hermitage. Wanting a divine wish-granting cow, the king simply took it. When the ascetic sage Jamadagni pleaded for its return, Sahastrabahu struck him down and killed him. But Jamadagni had a son named Parashurama. Born to a priest and a warrior, he inherited the strict moral duty of a sage, fused with the lethal capacity of a king. When the very hand that holds the shield becomes the hand that wields the lash, the imbalance becomes absolute. At that point, the tradition suggests the only way forward is to clear the field entirely. Parashurama kicked up his divine axe, the Parashu, and marched on Sahastrabahu's capital. He confronted the king and executed him. This map of ancient India highlights a vast network of corrupted warrior strongholds across the entire subcontinent. To ensure this overreach could never regrow, Parashurama systematically hunted the offending lineages, repeating a sweeping purge 21 separate times to completely break their grip on power. The sheer volume of this slaughter left a heavy physical and spiritual toll. According to the texts, the blood of the fallen stained his axe so deeply that no ordinary water could wash it clean. This relentless cycle of violence was a clearing of the slate. Having broken the warrior class, he renounced the throne, gifted the conquered lands to the sages, and walked away from the wreckage he created. With his violent crusade behind him, Parashurama traveled southward, searching the subcontinent for a river pure enough to cleanse his weapon and grant him spiritual expiation. He eventually reached the Tunga River in modern-day Karnataka. Dipping the blade into the rushing water, the unwashable blood finally lifted, and so he officially renounced his violent path. However, he now faced a practical problem. Having donated all the conquered lands to the Brahmin priests, he had no untainted territory left for himself or the new peaceful communities to settle. This cross-section illustrates the mythological terraforming event that followed. Standing atop the towering Mahendra Mountains, facing the Arabian Sea, Parashurama hurled his battle axe into the crashing waves and commanded the waters to recede. As shown in this image of the modern coastline, the ocean retreated. A massive strip of fertile land emerged from the saltwater, stretching hundreds of miles from Gokarna down to Kanyakumari. By casting away his weapon, Parashurama transformed the ultimate instrument of death into the physical foundation for agriculture, habitation, and a thriving new civilization. Having laid down his arms, he transitioned into an observing guru. He retreated into the mountains and took on students, training the next generation of epic warriors, including legends like Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. His new philosophy of restraint had fierce limits. When his student Bhishma refused to marry a princess out of a strict vow of celibacy, Parashurama demanded he do his duty. The disagreement escalated into a grueling 24-day duel between master and pupil, ending only when the gods intervened to declare a draw. His ultimate test of discipline arrived generations later, during the catastrophic Kurukshetra War detailed in the Mahabharata. His own students were leading massive armies against one another in a conflict tearing the civilization apart. As a warrior who had previously exterminated the world's armies 21 times, he possessed the martial capability to end this new war in a single afternoon. He watched the slaughter unfold, yet rigidly maintained his vow of neutrality, refusing to join the battlefield. The Guardian who once purged the world now simply watched it burn. It was a recognition that while a divinity can end a tyranny, humanity must be left to navigate the consequences of its own choices. Unlike other divine avatars who fulfill their mission and pass away or merge back into the abstract cosmos, Parashurama holds a unique title, Chiranjeevi. He is immortal. his legacy remains physically woven into the Indian landscape. This wide, rocky riverbed at Parshuram Kund is one of many enduring pilgrimage sites that serve as testaments to the land he carved and the paths he walked. Today, the texts describe him in meditative retirement. He sits in deep contemplation in the remote mountains, his violent crusades centuries behind him, though his axe rests close by. He is waiting. Hindu cosmology tracks time in massive epochs, and we are currently living in the Kali Yuga, an era destined to end in profound moral decay. Prophecy dictates that when the breaking point arrives again, Parashurama will rise to serve as the martial guru to Kalki, the 10th and final incarnation of Vishnu. Parashurama stands as an eternal guarantee for the world. Whenever human pride threatens to completely consume the earth, the cosmos does not need to forge a new weapon. The instrument of justice is already waiting.